Hey there good peeps, Sammy here with another new Metroidvania indie game to show you. This time we are looking at a game called Genopanic or Genopanic, not sure how to pronounce it, I'm sure it's up to you, but Genopanic we'll say. And I was kind of excited to start this, if I'm being honest with you, because the character you control in this game reminds me of Mega Man because of what he's wearing, kind of that blue robotronic suit type thing. So I thought this is going to be like a sort of like a Mega Man type game. This game is nothing like Mega Man, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. As much as I love it, I do love my Metroidvanias. I'm really getting into them. So I saw this game, and I thought, you know, it's got a demo, so we'll try the demo, and that's what I'm going to be showcasing you guys today. This is the demo gameplay, so sit tight and enjoy. I had a really great time with this game, and I'll get into exactly why I had a great time with it, what was good about this game, what feels good about the demo, and what I feel may be improved in the future, but we'll get there. If you like what I do, though, I highlight lots of indie games to you guys because you might not have heard of them, and they might be right up your alley. And if you like this cause and you want to support it, feel free to drop a like and subscribe because it really helps the channel. Thank you very much indeed, and with that, we'll move on. So what I will do first, how I usually start these videos, is I will quickly read out the synopsis on the Steam homepage to give you a brief overview of what to expect in this game. Genopanic is a pixel art Metroidvania-inspired adventure platformer. Explore corridors of the space station teeming with secrets and dangers, and engage in boss fights, solve puzzles, and uncover hidden mysteries in the dark atmosphere of a sci-fi research complex. Discover the truth with each step. Quite a lot there to get your teeth into in that paragraph. I like how it tells you exactly what to expect in this game. It is a Metroidvania, and it does suggest there's going to be puzzles in this game. From the demo standpoint, when I played this game, the puzzles really kind of were very basic, so expect that to be more fleshed out in the full game. Not sure when it comes out at the moment. It just says Q4 2023 on the Steam page, so that's all we've got to go by at the moment. But yeah, in terms of the puzzles, there are some really basic ones, but it's more to try and sort of get you used to the feel of how the game is. So you'll be sort of pushing blocks from one corridor to the next, over to the other side of it, sorry, so that you can jump on that block and then reach somewhere higher than you could before. And there's also lots of like hidden areas in the ground or against the wall that you jump in that seem like they're sort of blocked up and covered by wall, but when you actually approach them, they sort of disappear, allowing you to go through a secret wall or something like that. So really basic stuff that's been done before in a lot of Metroidvanias and other kinds of games and platformers. But the puzzles in the demo are really just to get you used to how the game controls, I feel. And control-wise, it feels really good. It seems like you can't run very fast, which was my only, not a concern or an issue, but I feel like the character should run a bit faster. But I'm thinking, you know, since this is a Metroidvania, you're bound to get new abilities as the game progresses. Maybe one of them increases your speed. I know for a fact that you can get a speed dash, which is pretty apparent in most Metroidvanias these days. We'll get to the abilities a bit later because there's part of the demo that allow you to try out some abilities that you don't get in the actual story mission of the demo, but later after that you get to try some abilities and another little feature that the demo has, which is really cool. So as you start the demo, you have your character sort of rock up on this space station type planet in your little spaceship. And from there you just approach the space station with the lovely 2D sort of pixel art in the background, and you know, there's some volcanoes in the background before you get to the station. You have like sliding doors that open for you to get through, and sort of like kind of like a futuristic robot type feel of characters inside, like AI type NPCs inside the station. And when you walk around and stuff, you'll soon get like notifications of things going wrong within the space station, sorry. And you'll have to sort of use your engineering skills to say fix computers and fix door switches and fix elevators in order to progress. Very basic stuff, but it just gives you the feel of how to get stuff going in your run through. I believe you're there to pick up cargo or transport cargo from one station to another, as the story goes. But before long, you soon find out there's some weird goings on in this space station, and then you'll start seeing zombies appear and killing other NPCs, and something really weird is going on in this space station. And as the game progresses, you'll have to uncover the truth of what's happened. Maybe there's some sort of virus that's got out that was being contained at the station, and you'll have to obviously uncover the truth and deal with the issue at hand. There's also a nice little like hacking feature. So when I said about using your engineering skills to fix computers, it was just like a little hacking feature that you have to sort of join the dots up together in order to get the elevator working. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'd like to see more of that kind of thing going forward. I do like hacking features in games, so I'd like to see how far they can take that in this game, because it was pretty basic, but it's still cool. I used my Xbox 360 controller to play this game. I play all platformer type games with a controller because I feel it works the best for me. When you get your sword, you can use your X button to attack, use A to jump, and use the other buttons just like you would in a Metroidvania. I think Y does an ability like you can use a dash with your Y. You'll have your sort of battery meter in the top left corner, which is your health bar, obviously. Being a battery and not an actual health bar with hearts or anything makes you think that you're an actual robot. So that's a nice feel, a nice touch to this kind of game. And you also get a bar underneath that, which kind of acts as a stamina bar for certain abilities. I know you can get like a sort of like a jetpack at some point in this game, and that will decrease as you use it. So there's stuff like that it will be used for, which is really cool. And it felt really good using my controller, really, really tight controls, which is very, very important for Metroidvanias. They've got to be basically on point. Like every step of the journey, every beat of the game has to be really, really tight on your controller. And I know you can use obviously a keyboard, but I massively prefer using my controller. So I really appreciate the fact that developers take the time to acknowledge us controller users out there, and we want to use a controller for this game. So yeah, big thanks to developers who incorporate that into their development. I love 2D pixel art games, so I was always going to like the look of this game, but I really felt the sense of atmosphere the game tried to give you in this space station. You know, you feel pretty alone there. It feels like quite a big space station with not many other people there, and the people you do see, you often find them getting killed by zombies or something, and you know, it gives you that real sense of atmosphere. You get like computers shutting down and giving you errors, lights switching on and off intermittently, and it was a really, really good feel to the whole sense of atmosphere for the game. And the audio added to that, if I'm being honest. The music in the game, the soundtrack really, really felt on par with what you were seeing. So they've done some really, really great work with the audio and visuals in this game. With this game being a Metroidvania, there's obviously going to be some secret areas to uncover, and you're going to have to obviously go back on yourself once you find new abilities. Like I said, you can get a jetpack. There's going to be areas that you come across that you can't pass at this point because you haven't got that jetpack, so when you do find it, you'll have to backtrack to that area. You know how it goes, you know how Metroidvanias work, that's exactly how they work. So I'm looking forward to doing all the exploring I can. There's going to be a bunch of secret rooms, and also depending on decisions that you make, I'm hearing that the full game will have actually like 4 different endings depending on what decisions you make throughout the game, which is pretty exciting because it adds to that longevity of the game. And also it's not so linear. You can actually do things in your own order in this game, which is really awesome. Like, you don't always specifically need a certain item to progress in one direction in order to then get something from that area to take back with you to do another direction. It's apparently going to be pretty free in terms of exploration, and you can go whatever route you want to do in whatever order. So that's pretty cool. There's no hassle of having to do something in a specific order, which is cool. And there's also going to be these kind of little creatures that you collect along the way, as well as other collectibles within the game. So all of this stuff that they're adding to it makes it seem like a very, very non-linear type game, and encouraging you to explore and complete the game and do it so the way that you want to do it, and also try to explore and find all these extra bits and pieces that you can come across throughout the game. You're also going to be able to use a nice selection of weapons at your disposal in the full game. In the demo, I got to use my sword, this kind of like anti-gravity gun, where you can sort of push big obstacles out the way with this gun. In the part after the story part of the demo, I got to use a flamethrower and a normal kind of gun as well. So I imagine there's going to be even more than that, but you do get quite a good selection to use in the demo, which is nice. I really like the flamethrower. I love the feel of flamethrowers in any games, if I'm being honest, but I really like the feel of this one because it feels really like super powerful and really, really fun to use. The enemies that you'll come across in the demo, there aren't many to come across in the demo. There was like the zombies, as I've said before, and there's these like turret guns that you can best just to shoot with a gun if you can, but a couple of hits of those and you're dead. So you're going to have to mix between your range attack weapons as well as your sword for melee combat. But I really, really enjoyed using the sword as well. You get like a couple of hit combos with it, which is really nice. The enemies in the game from the demo weren't really much of a threat. You know, I'm not worried that AI is not going to be very good when you play the full game, but in the demo they were not a threat at all. Like, the zombies would barely even come after you, would take a couple of hits and they're dead. And there's a boss that you actually get to fight in the demo as well, which was very, very simple. Had only like one set of attacks that it did, and once you sort of dodge them, it's very easy to hit the enemy and beat the boss. And after that point is the end of the story of the demo. But it's good that there are bosses in the game, though. I do love, you know, fighting bosses in Metroidvanias, and there will be bosses in this game. That one on the demo, not challenging at all, but I do have my fingers crossed, and I'm, you know, positively thinking that the bosses in the full game will be very challenging, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they are like. I'm secretly hoping to see some sort of like xenomorph type boss within the space station, very reminiscent of from the Aliens universe, because Aliens is my thing. I love the movies, and I'm hoping to see some sort of xenomorph type creature in this game. You know, a man can dream. We touched on it a little bit up to this point, but I want to go in a bit more detail with what comes after the story part of the demo. The developers have added a little bit after that for you to try, which is basically you have to go through a series of rooms and collect up to 20 crystals if you can, in different types of ways. And you get to use more abilities than you do in the story part of the demo, which is nice. You get to use that jetpack that I was talking about, as well as you get the dash feature, which you press Y on your controller and you get to dash across holes. Very, very important. You also get a double jump as well, which very, very common for Metroidvanias these days. So you get all the decent and well-needed abilities that you would in a normal Metroidvania in this game, and you get to use them in this section of the demo. And I think it was a good idea for the developer to include this part of the demo, because it means you can use all these abilities and new weapons that you find in this part without giving any of the story away. Because if you wanted to use these abilities in the story part of the demo, they'd have to put more of the story into the demo, and they obviously don't want to give too much of it away, so they included this part, which allows you to get used to what kind of abilities there will be in the full game, and not spoil too much of the story so much too early. In terms of inspirations, I think like the way that the mini-map is laid out, it kind of reminds me of the old school sort of Super Metroid type of game, and also the fact that it's set in space and in a space station, very kind of Metroid-esque there, which is a big plus to me because I'm a big Metroid fan. Love all the Metroid games pretty much all of them, and love Metroidvanias as well. So it was only going to be a good time once I played this game, and it feels really good to play. It sounds good, it looks good. You know, the feel of the weapons and the abilities are pretty spot on as well. I'm looking forward to seeing more kinds of enemies, because you don't see a lot in the demo, and I feel like they could have shown that off a bit more. You know, shown us a boss that was a bit more tricky than the one that we have at the beginning of the game, or show a few more enemies that are a bit more difficult than the zombies you get. But apart from that, and maybe the fact that you run really slow, apart from that, the game is shaping up to be really, really great. It looks really cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. Like I said, it comes out in Q4 2023, and if you want to try the demo yourselves, feel free to check out the link in the description, because it will take you to the Steam page, where you can check out yourselves and download it. Also, let me know if you've played this demo and what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'd appreciate that too. I'm going to let you go now and watch the rest of the video. I just want to end by saying thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again next time for another indie game. See you later. Hey good peeps, thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like what you see, and also catch me live on Twitch every Sunday, Tuesday and every other Friday, 8 PM UK time. I'll see you there. Back to the video.